Serious, what is a conspiracy theory you actually believe in? Everyone's going heavy with theirs, but I have one that's less serious. Baby wipe containers are purposely made so that you always pull 2-3 wipes out at a time and therefore need to buy more often. It's definitely something I can see Big Wipe engaging in to get just a few more containers out of us each year. For the record, serious answer. But there's this soup place at our local mall that's been there for 3 years now. I've never seen anyone order anything from there, and I rarely see anyone at the register. When our mall was closed due to COVID lockdown quarantine, several locally owned stores shut down, and a few places in the food court. Last time I was there was for my birthday in August, and the soup place is still there. My mum and I have an array of theories about what it could be, ranging from money laundering to a front for drugs, but I cannot believe that place is legitimate.
Hey guys, much like you, I love reading people's stories on Ask Reddit. Unfortunately, there's a lot of weird middle school level, just thought experiment type hypotheticals like nice try Baskin Robbins. I don't find this compelling, so that's why I've made it my mission to trawl and crawl through Ask Reddit and find the very best content and put it in your ears. That's why I'm begging you, like and subscribe. If there's anything I can do to help you out, give you the kind of content that you crave to help you get through your workday, let me know in a comment. But please like and subscribe.
This might not be a groundbreaking hot take, but I think that applying for disability status benefits is intentionally made to be a convoluted mess of bureaucratic jargon and endless hoops to jump through solely so that disabled people don't take advantage of them, either because they give up trying to navigate an intentionally confusing system, or because they make a mistake along the way, and the process gets fucked up. I'm really lucky I had my mum helping me with a lot of the paperwork, because otherwise I would never be able to get the supports I need in post-secondary. It's like someone purposefully designed the process to be as unobtainable, messy, and overwhelmingly complex for a disabled person as they possibly could. I knew a fried chicken place that was money laundering. They got caught because of a newbie in a money laundering business who tried to claim they made way too much money selling fried chicken. The calculation was, had they been open to 147 and with 10 workers non-stop using all the fried, they would have to sell at least 30 orders every second. And there was photo and video evidence that the place was empty. Guy was a complete moron. Deflategate was a distraction from brain damage and domestic abuse scandals in the NFL. And I say this as someone who hates Tom Brady. It should have just been a small fine and forgotten quickly. But this is the type of scandal the NFL can tolerate, whereas brain injuries and domestic abuse can hurt the league's reputation. And it worked. Distraction and news cycle dominated by this for an entire off-season rather than more serious issues. Similarly, I'm pretty convinced acne wash cleansers contain materials that cause the acne to flare up when you stop using them, so you keep buying it. Realistically, maybe it's just your skin adjusting to producing its own oils again and it'll even out after a bit, but who knows. I wouldn't feel too comfortable recommending over the internet for someone with sensitive skin, but I can give you a tool that will help you when choosing products for yourself. Its Skin Charisma cosmetic analyzer on the site will really help you identify if there are irritants in a product you are looking at. Give it a shot and good luck to you. Lindbergh was a known supporter of eugenics and his son was born with abnormalities. The theory is he was responsible in some way for the kidnapping and death of his son due to the fact that he can't have the world know his perfect genes were tainted. If you are going to clean money, you need a business where output isn't tied to any inputs. Laundromat has electricity usage. Restaurant has ingredients. Car wash has water usage. Convenience store has inventory. In almost all cases, the output can be determined from the inputs, and that is what gets you caught. A golf driving range is perfect. Easily cash-based, and there are no inputs. You just sell it, go pick it up, and sell it again, so nobody knows how much you've sold, and variability is expected due to weather and other factors. The conspiracy that created the term conspiracy theory. Think back to the October 2nd, 2024, October 2nd, 2024, October 2nd, 2024. There were stories of the black cars showing up and making people that start finding out too much disappear. Enter the October 2nd, 2024 and October 2nd, 2024. Mass media starts growing at a massive rate. A rate at which the government realizes that they cannot ever fully control. Their genius solution is to open the floodgates of crazy. Push a bunch of conspiracy theories into the populace that makes real conspiracy reports be ignored as just tinfoil hat crazy. Label all reports as conspiracy theory. This over time creates a societal misunderstanding in the form of the term conspiracy theory becoming equated with crazy. An example of this is I believe that there really aren't many people that truly believe the Earth is flat. There are just some entities planted that push it as a theory. This then becomes one of the main examples of all conspiracy theorists are not to be taken seriously.
I turned 36 this year, and I decided to focus on my physical fitness, so I bought a swim club membership. The only problem was, most of the time when I go swimming, I wind up getting an ear infection. So it turns out that normal earplugs, they kind of irritate your ear canal, they don't really work, they don't keep the water out, but there is an amazing kind of earplug called Mack's Pillow Soft Silicone earplugs that, they feel great, they keep the water out 100%, they're reusable, and they don't irritate your ear canal at all, no issues. If you've ever had a severe ear infection, you don't want to experience that again. It can permanently damage your hearing if you're unlucky. So investing in these earplugs is definitely a good idea. Also, when my baby was crying later this year and I could not get to sleep, I used the same earplugs and they worked great. I was able to sleep right next to a crying baby. So be sure to click my affiliate link and purchase some of these Mack's earplugs today.
Thank you. Reddit is no better, honestly. The problem here is that there's a lot of good quality content as a whole. A lot of the content is severely subversive in its intent, however. It's very easy to fall into a default mindset if you're impressionable. Just look at the default subs being shoved into the face of newcomers. It's indoctrination into a mindset. Question everything, folks. Reddit is not always your friend. He also staged a kidnapping prank a week or so before the actual kidnapping. But the kid was found fairly quickly. When the baby was discovered missing the second time, the nanny reportedly yelled, "Mr. Lindbergh, you're not hiding the baby again, are you?" The prevailing theories in mystery subreddits are either that he was playing a prank again but accidentally killed his son and staged the kidnapping to cover it up, or because of the abnormalities, arranged for the child to be sent away as was common back then or adopted without anyone else knowing and then staged the kidnapping. Similarly, I believe that the emphasis on responding to concussions and the concussion protocol is designed to make people think that the NFL is taking CTE associated brain injuries seriously, and that the league is also taking appropriate actions to limit brain injury. It is meant to distract from the fact that its most significant root cause is repeated subconcussive impacts, which the NFL is unable to prevent. I have a friend whose dad works in aviation and he said something really similar. Basically that there were very specific things that the pilots of those planes needed to be trained on, and someone, if it was Boeing or what it was a while ago when we talked about this, basically cheaped out and didn't make that training happen. That rogue and non-rogue members in the FBI, CIA, and Mafia conspired to kill and killed JFK, RFK, MLK, and Malcolm X. We have documented proof the government worked with the mob on a couple different occasions. I think the proof is there to connect all the dots. Just my opinion. Area 51 is such a great idea. Even if the Roswell crash has some truth in it. What the US government has effectively done is to have millions of people focus on one area, leaving them free to do other more important shit elsewhere. I imagine in Area 51 they create all this security hoo-ha to keep the facade going. whilst they, I don't know, make wicker baskets or something. In the hangars. In the town I grew up in southeast England, on one road there suddenly seemed to be lots of pizza places. All run by Turkish Eastern European guys, and there were just loads of these places on this one road. One day, huge police raid on every single pizza place on that road. Turns out, these guys would get people to pay them to smuggle them out of the country on the guise that there would be work for them in the UK. But it would cost thousands of pounds, so the smugglers would make them work for free to pay off this debt. Not only that debt, but then also for the rent for where they lived, which would be a tiny room with a dozen people squeezed in. So essentially, these people would work for free forever, and the smugglers take all the profits and get rich. It was disgusting. I'm glad they didn't get away with it. What a horrible, horrible way to treat humans. Dollar slice pizza places. This may not make sense to people who don't live in New York City. We have these great places that sell a plain slice of pizza cheese only for one. I can't believe they make rent and payroll on volume with a slice and the going rent rates. This has to be some sort of money laundering scam, but one where no one cares because you get a slice of pizza for $1. Might not be the best pizza, but damn, $1 slice. I'll always stop in if I'm passing one on the street. This just can't be economically feasible, and something else is going on. In us there is an upper limit that a person can claim as tax deduction on donated art. That upper limit can only be determined after an independent value values that art. So there isn't much scope for tax evasion. However, art gallery owners do buy a lot or most of the paintings of a particular painter so as to limit the supply of paintings in the market and increase the price. To add to this, at least in the UK, I'm pretty sure they deliberately decline anyone they think they can get away with doing it to, even if they know the person is eligible. A suspiciously high percentage of benefit claims get granted on appeal, like 60 or something. They just hope people don't go through the process of appeal because it's complicated and a hassle. The system is designed to be cruel, inefficient, and prevent payouts as much as possible.
This year, like I said, I'm having a midlife crisis. I've started a YouTube channel and I'm on a big health kick. One thing that I found is very easy to eat, very easy to prepare, is I heat up chickpeas with chicken broth and tikka masala. And there are two schools of thought about how you should eat beans. Some people believe you should buy the dry beans and soak them, but I tried that and it was a disaster. So I buy canned beans every time. And if I'm opening like 2 cans a day to be on this diet, it is a massive pain in the ass if the can has this jagged metal edge. I'm worried if like little bits of metal are getting into my food and going to slice up my intestines. So I found this special can opener that actually opens the can in a way that is completely safe, no metal's getting in your food, and is 1,000 times better than any other can opener I've ever used. So if you wind up, opening a lot of cans for whatever reason, maybe you've got a cat or something, you must buy this can opener from my affiliate link.
Certain ultra-wealthy rich have slowly politicized the news over the past decades in the way of brainwashing the population into believing their agenda, along with possibly having multiple news channels, left or right-leaning channels to attract more viewers, so if they don't like one they may go into the other one which they agree more with. Additionally, increasing the entertainment part of the news and decreasing the news and educational parts of the news. See, the only problem I have with this is that I feel like people are seriously overestimating BuzzFeed's creativity and being able to make frequent Ask Reddit posts that make it hot. I doubt fire from BuzzFeed employees, but I do believe that BuzzFeed is straight up stealing other people's questions for their own articles. I've learned to not only accept this but openly embrace it. My phone is made by Google. My car radio, Android Auto by Google. My entire smart home system with devices in every room, Google. I'm hoping to make myself valuable enough of an asset to Google that when the iRobot wars start, Google protects me from Amazon's Alexa-powered Terminator drones. My personal feeling is that we're being pushed towards living in some form of company-town society. Housing rent keeps getting worse and worse. Eventually, the working class and working poor will figure it makes sense to work for Amazon and live in the Amazon dorm and get paid in Amazon bucks to spend at the Amazon store. Everyone's going heavy with theirs, but I have one that's less serious. Baby wipe containers are purposely made so that you always pull 2-3 wipes out at a time and therefore need to buy more often. It's definitely something I can see Big Wipe engaging in to get just a few more containers out of us each year.
I turned 36 this year, and I decided to focus on my physical fitness, so I bought a swim club membership. The only problem was, most of the time when I go swimming, I wind up getting an ear infection. So it turns out that normal earplugs, they kind of irritate your ear canal, they don't really work, they don't keep the water out, but there is an amazing kind of earplug called Mack's Pillow Soft Silicone earplugs that, they feel great, they keep the water out 100%, they're reusable, and they don't irritate your ear canal at all, no issues. If you've ever had a severe ear infection, you don't want to experience that again. It can permanently damage your hearing if you're unlucky. So investing in these earplugs is definitely a good idea. Also, when my baby was crying later this year and I could not get to sleep, I used the same earplugs and they worked great. I was able to sleep right next to a crying baby. So be sure to click my affiliate link and purchase some of these Mack's earplugs today.